Happy Father's Day, everybody. It is Sunday morning, and it is, as they say, our day. Hope everybody's doing good. Watched the all the morning sunrises this morning. Chris Hope just had a great one. Rodney Bell, Dennis, Paul. Yeah, it was fun. Got up very early. Couldn't sleep. Drinking some coffee. Anybody wants to come in and chat a little bit, you're welcome to. Rob, how you doing, Rob? Happy Father's Day. John Bum, welcome in. How you doing? I know you've been up early. Yeah, it's Father's Day. It's as they say, I guess our day to cook. Maybe our day to maybe not clean the kitchen. No, I had a great evening yesterday evening. My son-in-laws, although they're both fathers, they cooked some steaks and actually doing some spaghetti and meatballs today by request. Mommy, what's up? I would say Happy Father's Day. You can tell Kevin Happy Father's Day, Mommy. Anybody wants to come in, you're welcome to. Stay on a little while, maybe 30, 45 minutes. I know how that goes before we get some breakfast. Yeah, Kim is alive. Kim is up early. She's getting Kevin's Father's Day. Well, they've already in the Father's Day over there. Just don't make Kevin another father there, Kim. Rob, how you been? Mitch, you want to come in? You're welcome. In the road again. All right. Mommy, if you want to come on, say hello. Welcome to. Yeah, Rob, I think I did know that. I hope you're doing great, man. See you back on the streams. So you can get back to normal. We hope. So, Mommy, what you get Kevin? You got him a new drone? Where's Philly at this morning, Mommy? Hey, wake him up. Tell him come on. Some wee bits and bobs. Okay, I must have misread that. Bobs. I guess I'm thinking Yeah, Rob, I did. I did get the little Femi mini. Hey, Brad, happy Father's Day to you. What's up this morning, buddy? Drinking some coffee, chilling a little bit. You want to come in, Brad? You're welcome to. I don't know what you got this morning. You know, Rob, when I first flew it, it did have a little horizon tilt problem. They did a couple updates. Seems to be flying pretty good. They actually had another update when I woke up this morning. Marcus Crawford sent me a message, said they had an update late yesterday, so I'll try to do that. The camera seems really good. For the price, I think $319. But I don't know if you have the Mini 2. They had a recent update yesterday or the day before. And man, I tell you what, I flew it yesterday, and I put up a video. I'm not sure if you saw my little teaser video about the naked Mini 2. So you kind of fall in love with that Mini 2 when you fly it again. So yeah, cool, Brad. Yeah, I did a little YouTube video yesterday, and if you put naked in the title, you get a lot of views. So it was kind of fun to do. You go to my mama. You have to check out my naked video. Yeah, I heard you, Brad. Yeah, see, put the word naked in there, and everybody just goes to it. Trying to do some marketing, Brad. I'm opening a marketing agency. Yeah, Rob, thank you. Yeah, it was a fun little video to shoot. I actually went out there and they were doing it. I'm not gonna say too much. If you haven't seen it, just go watch it. You'll get a good laugh out the first couple minutes. Yeah, Chuck Kovac texted me. He said, "Yeah, you got me. Clickbait." How is everyone this morning? Anybody want to come in? You're welcome to. We're just gonna stay on a little while, and I know it's Father's Day, but thinking some people might just be sitting around enjoying a cup of coffee. Talk a little bit about drones or anything you want to talk about this morning. Happy Father's Day to everybody. I had a great kind of doing it actually today too, but yesterday evening we swam, and my son-in-law's cooked steak on the Blackstone. So yeah, we had a great time, and actually by request today, getting spaghetti and meatballs. So Chris Hope, what's up, buddy? Great sunrise this morning. Happy Father's Day to you, Chris. Chris, you want to come in? If you're not doing that, you're welcome to. I'm not sure what you're doing. Get your steaks out the freezer and hop on in. Get you a cup of coffee. Yeah, it's gonna be about a 3 cup this morning, I think. Thank you. Yeah, it's Father's Day 2021, man. It seems like of course we say it every year. The year's flying by. It flew by last year, flew by the other, I guess 64 years. I'll be 65 here in September. Kind of want to get to that September. I hate to say it for a couple of reasons. Of course, Medicare, and it's past. It will be past hurricane season. So yeah. be a beautiful day, though. It looks like kind of most of the country. I think the weather's went through. Had a little tropical depression, and basically here we got by pretty good. Not a whole lot of rain, but just about 40 miles to the east of us, Slidell, Louisiana, was flooding. You got about 10 inches of rain, so it's kind of crazy when you're on the edge of that storm. How a few miles can make a difference. Of course, Slidell is relatively low. Yeah, and they have some problems sometimes, but cool, Brad. Yeah. Hey, you just oh yeah, you like the blue dog back there, Rob? That's a LSU limited. Well, say every blue dog was limited edition, I guess. Mr. Rodriguez, because he's since passed away. So, although personally, I'm not a big LSU fan. I am. Both my daughters did graduate from LSU. We have a campus about about 4 blocks away. Of course, the kids got to go away to college to get that experience. So, I actually got my Father's Day gift right here, which is our local university. It's pretty cool. Lion Up, that's what it's the Southeastern Lions. So they kind of do a little thing that when they do something good, touchdown, the base hits and stuff, lion up, they say. And so yeah, it's a cool birdhouse made out of metal. It's a recycled license plate. So yeah, kind of excited about that. Let's see, Chris. If I could find my mouse here, I'd click you on. I couldn't find my mouse.
That's all right.
Couldn't find a cursor here.
I can't say how good it's going to come in because
yeah, it looks good.
I'm still at the boat ramp, and my iPad doesn't do well over here.
Really,
it has its moments.
DeMarco, welcome in, DeMarco. I'm glad to see you up, DeMarco. I mean, it's Father's Day. I know you got that new drone for Father's Day. You can tell us all about it. Happy Father's Day, DeMarco. Justin, welcome in. Yeah, I was just sitting around, Chris. I know as soon as you got off, I wasn't doing anything. Fixed me a cup of coffee. I know I don't think nobody else is on. I don't like to infringe on anybody's show. So
it's all good, man. YouTube don't belong to anybody but YouTube. So
yeah, it's
kind of the way I see it.
Yeah, you just try to be respectful.
I hear you.
I don't think sometimes Roger. I don't know. Roger's not on as much as he used to be. He did say 3 or 4 months ago he's going to try and cut back because he was on basically 7 days a week, in the morning, then in the evening. So
he was doing it 7 days a week forever.
Yeah, that's what I say. Ever since I've, yeah, DeMarco, they let you sleep. I hear you. I was up early. I mean, I missed, I guess, Mitch's very early, and then I caught everybody else's. But I don't know. My sleeping pill I take, it gets me to about usually about 4 o'clock, and after that, it's kind of like whatever,
Oh, yeah, I got up. Of course, I had to go to the restroom at 4 o'clock this morning, so I caught pause, a little bit of pause, and I fell asleep. The alarm clock woke me up at 5:15 to get up and come over here. I miss Rogers.
Yeah, I can't hardly. I do catch pause sometime, maybe the tail end, but that's pretty early for me. That is at 4 o'clock. Yeah.
We was talking last night on Adrian's show about Rick Albert. Rick would make dang near pretty much our live streams on Sunday mornings. And he lives over on the West Coast.
West Coast, yeah. Well, I had just, I guess the last 6 months or so, I had, met Rick, and he even messaged me, like I say, one day on my Facebook name, my regular, not Johnny Drone Flyer, and he said, "Hey, are you Johnny Drone Flyer?" Because I like, I friended him. And he was just like, "Hey, I like that name. How'd you come up with it?" And so ever since then, we kind of chatted back and forth. And yeah, he was a great guy. I mean,
he's a hoot, man.
But yeah, he was.
He was
I know.
good. He was good in the live stream, but if you got a chance to talk to him off of YouTube, just to pick up the phone, and call him.
Right.
He'd get you laughing pretty quick.
Greg Pittman, welcome in. Happy Father's Day to you, brother. Yeah. Hey, life is short, man. We it really you figure it out pretty quick as you get a little bit older.
Yeah, it's yeah. Without getting into too much detail, you're exactly right. We still there?
Oh yeah, everybody's
Okay.
good. I was just reading the chat here, saying if anybody else, Captain Ray, I had texted him. He's going on a, he's doing what he said, a World War II, some kind of.
He said that last night. He's going on.
Yeah, he just sent me a thing.
A reenactment, if I remember right.
Yeah, an encampment, World War II encampment, a museum of the American armor. Yeah, he sent me a little text just now, so I don't know. It's I think it's like 2 shows today, 9 and 11 or 11 and 1, something like that. So he's doing that. Captain Ray stays busy. Yeah, Chris, my son-in-laws, man, we had we had 17 steaks on that Blackstone yesterday evening, man. I'll tell you what.
That's nice.
Yeah. And I don't know, I eat mine. I hate to say it, I eat mine like bacon. That's just me. But most of them, they was on there about 2.5 minutes aside,
So you don't want to have to bring when yours gets put in front of you, it's not ready to be brought back to life, is what you're saying.
Mine is the first one on and the last one off, and that's just. And look, I cut meat for 20 years in Winn-Dixie, and I was a butcher, and I don't know, just the raw meat thing. I don't know. I guess I took a lot of classes and stuff about the, stuff you can get from eating raw meat and stuff, but nah. I got my son-in-law's brother. This is no lie. We tease him. We go to Talladega, and he comes with us in the motorhome. Well, I mean, it's not my motorhome, friend of mine, but all you got to really do with his is walk by the grill. I mean, you don't even have to really set it on the grill.
Just walk. Just make it red meat, make it tan, and that's good.
Oh my God, I'm not eating it like that. But
we so it's funny you brought up Winn-Dixie. I miss that grocery store.
We still got one here. Well, we have a distribution center here in Hammond, so
we haven't had a Winn-Dixie here at home since probably nearly mid to late 80s.
Yeah, they went bankrupt like 3 times, and actually they go by another name than most. Like I said, we have a big distribution center here, and wow. I still call Winn-Dixie. But put it this way, I got some stock I can sell you that you can put on your wall if you need some wallpaper from Winn-Dixie.
Oh, man. But, you got the stock certificates?
Yeah, that's what I got.
That's just paper now, right?
Yeah, that's all it is.
We used to get a stock certificate. I haven't seen a stock certificate since probably the early 90s. We could get them.
I did 20 years with Winn-Dixie, so
20 years. We used to get them annually, and I would just sit on them. Then it was ours. We could do what we wanted. But the Enron deal, when Enron made that big fraud out of their people, and
Justin, that's what they started at Jacksonville.
That stopped a lot of that. You or I being able to get into our 401k because that locked it all down. I can't touch mine unless it's a hardship, and you gotta have proof of hardship.
Yeah, I finally just got back to almost what I had. I hate to say it, probably 10 or 12 years ago. The way, and I mean, I haven't touched it, but Winn-Dixie. Like a lot of companies. I mean, here in Louisiana, they had big old local family. The Swagmans had a bunch of grocery stores, and of course they're out of business now. And in New Orleans, they have a song "Ain't There No More." So there's a lot of stuff that ain't there no more.
Right. Yep, that's the way it is at home. We got 3 grocery stores. We got Walmart.
Yep.
And then we got Brookshire's, which used to be just an East Texas kind of thing, but they've spread out quite a bit now across Texas. And there's a little old grocery store called Save-A-Lot. And their groceries ain't bad, and they are cheaper.
Yeah, we got to save a lot. Believe it or not, I've never been in that store here because one thing, well, I have. I say one time I went there, I've never been in there. I would stop to get one thing, and the girls said, "Well, how you gonna carry your groceries?" I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, they don't have bags." I said, "What do you mean you don't have bags? You have to bring your own bags."
Oh, this one, unless they've changed the last month, they still give you a bag. Oh, say
It's kind of like Sam's. Hey, you know what? When you go into Sam's, you almost need to take the buggy with you. You spend so much.
Sam's. We got a Sam's in Tyler, about 45 minutes from us.
So, Chris, I know you're going to spin up. I know I mean, you're close, so you're driving, and are you going to spend a night too? Probably.
Yeah, I'm planning on staying Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Is my plans. Come home Sunday afternoon. I got to get up and go back to work that following Monday, so I can't make a long day out of it. But I'm going to take that Friday off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave here in that morning and try to pull in there about set it up to maybe get in there about 2. Kind of check in, and then I think Ron and Marcus and I think Maddie and whoever. There's a month staying at that Spring Hill Suites, and
right.
Yeah,
we need to go. We need to go to what we can. It's going to be hard to do, but we need to go eat find a good place to eat barbecue. And there's one over in Austin, over by the Capitol. It's called Terry Black's, and it's great queue if you like good barbecue.
Oh yeah. Well, that'd be good. Something for Friday night, maybe. Whatever. I don't know. Unless Kelly, I'm not sure what he's.
Usually the first spin up, we went to a place called the Salt Lick, right over by Dale Diamond. We all went over there. Of course, it's Dutch, and it was good food.
I thought Brad Austin was paying for everything. He just said.
Oh, Brad! Oh, awesome.
That's the kind of guy. That's the kind of guy he is.
He's much a man. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Hey, hold it. Hey, I'm having troubles with all my technology this morning again, so y'all know I don't have the money for that.
Brad, look, Brad, hold your credit card up. I'll take a picture and hold that for you in case you lose it.
Man, I wish. But all that being said, I guess Rodney confirmed with me the other day. He hadn't told me. Man, these flies are. I'm outside today. It's beautiful, 76 degrees right now. Rodney confirmed with me that he was going to ride with me in the truck. So it looks like me and Al and Rodney are going to be driving to you, Johnny. I hope it's going to be a 15-hour drive to your house.
Oh, wow.
So that's going to be a long day. We're going to have to talk about that one.
See you, Justin.
Yeah,
I can't. I'm trying to get back.
Can't leave the day before and put a few hours under, or that's not a possible. I mean,
no, that's a possibility. I might talk to them about that. That way. It'll be a whole week for me off, and I don't know if Rodney was wondering whether or not he could get the time off until recently. So now that'll add another day to it. Unless we leave out, we could leave out on Wednesday evening here from Richmond, drive, but it just needs another hotel room stay as well.
That's the only, now, even if you split it, I mean, you can split it 3 ways. It wouldn't be too bad with a cot, so.
Yeah, something just to
That's
lay
what we
on.
do on our motorcycle trip. So sometimes we end up with 3, and sometimes we end up with 4, and it's kind of aggravating to get the extra room. But
right. So yeah, good morning. Hey, Chris. Good morning. I'm sorry I didn't say good morning earlier.
Oh, you said it.
Oh, did I?
You just don't remember saying it.
It can go twice. I can say it twice. Hey, I missed everybody's stream again this morning. I stayed up till. I don't know what time it was, 1:30 this morning, and then there's music blasting within a mile of here that is ridiculously loud. I mean, it's over, and actually we think it's 2 miles away. For the last couple of months, and I'll tell this quick story. On the weekends, a lot of times, and sometimes during the week, we hear this Latino mixture of music and. We hear like somebody talking, like a DJ, but nobody, and I'm right on the James River in Richmond, Virginia, which the line for my county is the James River into Chesterfield County. That's the other county close to us, which DuPont, y'all have heard of DuPont. DuPont's over there, Philip Morris, a couple other things right across the river from me. But there's a couple of restaurants on the road that's on that side of the river. They call it Jefferson Davis Highway, and there's a Latino restaurant over there. And I'm saying Latino. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but it's a Mexican type restaurant where they do drive-ins with people's cars with their stereo equipment, and they have kind of outside concerts and stuff like that. But we have not been able to prove whether or not the sound's coming from there. And if I look it up on Google Maps, it's 1.95 miles from here to that building across the river. But we think that's where the sound's coming from. And because it's in a different county, our county 911 can't get the police on the other county's 911 system to do anything about it. So anyway, it's been going on for a while. And last night it was loud. You step outside, you almost couldn't have a conversation with your neighbor. But this was at, like 2:30 in the morning. Last time I heard it.
Really?
You just need to get you some tacos and a margarita and just sit outside and enjoy it.
That's true. My wife wants me to send the drone up when we have these issues when it's daylight. Actually, she wanted me to send it up in the dark, and I said, "No, I can't do that right now. I don't think I'm legal to do that for a number of reasons. I don't have my Part 107." And which before you had to have that daytime waiver, but now if you have 107, you can fly at night.
Send it up with some water balloons and
if I could figure it out. But we got the James River between here and that county. Some folks seem to believe that they were partying down by the river, but there's nowhere along the river right here that you can stop and party. There's no beaches, there's no houses. It just, we don't know where the sound's coming from.
I bet if you get on Facebook, start trying to chase it down, I bet you can find it, because you're not the only one that's upsetting.
We have some people that have posted that. I haven't done a lot of research. My mother-in-law lives next door, and she sent out a formal complaint to the police a number of times, calling 911, and because it's our noise ordinance starts at 11 here in this county. The county across the river, Chesterfield, it's 12 o'clock. All good and well, but these things go on till 1, 2, and sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, let the party start. Let the party start.
had to give me another cup of coffee.
I know I walked outside without my cup full. I'm gonna have to go get one here in a little bit. So anyway, that's enough about that story.
Y'all heard me tell a story about Rodney's cup he gave me yesterday morning, didn't you?
Yeah, I think
I missed out on it, but that's all good.
I was hooking up a trailer one morning, Brad, and I set my cup on the bumper.
I did hear that story. I'm sorry. Yep, I did hear your story. Yep, I know that's a typical story for a lot of people.
Yeah,
I had laid my pocket knife up there where you hooked the trailer hitch before.
Yeah.
And drove all the way to where I was going and gone back there, and it was still where I left it.
Years ago, I over the years, I've had trucks, quite a few trucks, and I've hooked up, trailers, boats, it just had a tow hitch on the back of it. I'm sure, Chris, you as well. But I always lock my boat trailers, the hitch, I always put a lock on them. And I have a separate set of keys for those that stay in the glove box or in the house if I'm not going to be using it for a while. So one day, and I think I've done this more than once, I've taken that set of keys, unlocked the trailer to the boat or something, unlocked it, set the lock and the keys down on the back bumper of the truck, hooked the boat up, pulled it, went to my destination a long ways away, and found the lock and the keys still on the bumper. It was amazing.
That's a sickening feeling, man.
It is. And I've had other occasions where I've left a cup or something sitting on the back bumper like that, and it was gone, of course.
Well, I'll tell a story on myself. It's a dad moment. Since it's Father's Day, I'll tell this story. I had bought a brand new propane grill, 4-burner propane grill, and I brought it home from Tyler. Bought it at Academy. And I got home and I switched vehicles. I put it in my other truck. Well, somebody needed something, and I got distracted. Never thought anything else about it. Got up the next morning, going to work, and I heard something, and I looked in my rearview mirror, and all I seen was that new grill flying out the back of my truck.
Oh no.
I had forgot to tie it down.
Oh no.
And when it hit the ground, it was no longer a grill, it was junk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not good.
I can imagine. Oh,
So, needless to say, I pay a little more attention. I asked the person who wants something to hang on just a few minutes.
You had
yeah.
Chris, you got the 2-for-2 deal. 2 grills,
Oh,
for
man.
prices.
Thank goodness them little propane, them grills, they're, you know, I think it was on sale for $150. And there's not much to them anyway. Once you get them set where you want them, that's usually the end of it. If you move around a lot, they won't stay together. But
Right.
it hit the highway at 60, and dude, I picked
Man,
up.
I wasn't riding my motorcycle behind Chris.
Oh, I know it. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I'm glad there wasn't nobody either.
Just a piece on the road off of that thing would mess a motorcycle rider up.
We were riding one day, and I normally I ride second, but I was first this day. Man, I saw this ladder on this truck, and I don't know it. You could see it bouncing around, and I'll tell you, of course, we were, and I got on a handheld mic, and of course,
Y'all have fun
I
today.
said, hey, you know, watch out with this ladder, and that damn ladder did come off and went swirling down the interstate. So,
No, golly.
but I'll tell you, it happens.
That's the thing I see a lot off around Richmond. You'll see ladders busted up on the interstate, fiberglass ones, sometimes metal ones, all crinkled up on the side of the road. And then also, and it's not as bad, but there's a lot of boaters off of the James River here near me, and along the main stretch that's near me, you'll see seat cushions, coolers, those those noodles. You'll see anything related to the boat stuff that's, you know, laying in the boat that they take out on the river. I've seen fully blown up floats laying on the side of the road. It's funny. People, I guess they don't think that stuff's going to fly out, or they just don't think, they're just not thinking about it when they pull off out of the ramp, you know, the boat ramp.
They push them down there and wedge them in there, think they're safe.
Yeah, that's true.
That 60, 70 mile an hour headwind has a little issue with it, though.
Oh yeah. I got in my boat right here behind me, the back seats have 3 cushions that are Velcroed down. And if I'm riding along at 40 on the river, sometimes those things will pull up off of the Velcro. So I got a cover, you know, you can see it. There's a cover that snaps onto it. And I always put this on before I travel. I don't travel with the open boat if I can help it.
Welcome in. I see Rose and Mika Steve.
Yeah, hey, there's Rosie. How you doing, Roosevelt?
Last days in September. Okay.
If you want,
I was wondering.
Roosevelt, if you want to pop in, you're welcome to. Not sure what you're doing. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
I just want to say good morning audibly to everybody in the chat. Good morning. Happy Father's Day. I'm trying to keep up with the chat on my other device. My tablet, the biggest thing I have, with the reason I couldn't use that and took longer to get in, is this little tablet. It's an older tablet. It's an Android device, but it won't do the self-orientation.
No, really.
Sometimes, and I can't stand to use anything in portrait. So I rebooted it.
On the drone, dude. Welcome in.
Hey, yeah, welcome in. So I had to reboot it again, and I'm sitting out here.
What kind of tablet is that, Brad?
It's an Asus Android type tablet. It's probably 6 years old, but it does a good job when I'm using it for the live streams, and I use it on the airplanes when I'm traveling to watch movies and play games and stuff like that. It works great for that, but you know, the YouTube stuff, I just try to. I'm on my phone right now, and I know that works fine. It's just I usually use that for texting and chat.
Brad, and I know you and Al, y'all got y'all show for tomorrow night, right? Y'all.
Yeah, we got the show for tomorrow night, and I think Al's about to send it out, but I can give well, now I got to use this because he sent it to me. Let me see if he sent it. No, I can look at it on my tablet. I can give you an app.
Yeah, I know that y'all it'll be our second show, I believe. So yeah.
Yeah, we got an agenda already. Let's see. He sent it to me in Messenger. I went over his house, Al's house, on Friday, and we spent a little bit of time setting up the advertisement of it. I guess the sheet.
Man, I'm gonna get y'all working. I'm gonna have to put y'all working for the Flyer for Fun show.
Let me see if I can find it. Where? Here we go. All right. I won't show it, but I'll tell you what we got on the agenda. The agenda so far, and it could change. We're going to do an hour, so it's 7 p.m. Eastern time to 8 p.m. Eastern time. The agenda for tomorrow night is going to be Dolly Zoom challenges, and Al's famous for doing Dolly Zooms with the drone. ND filters, why, when, and where. The next one we have in is corporate drone delivery. How will it affect the hobby? DJI fake news is another topic. And then possible another topic, if we have time, is successful drone companies of the future. That's probably like a question mark at the end of that.
Yeah.
But it's going to be me, Al, and Fred with ADK Drones and RC. We're going to be hosting it, of course. The three of us are basically going to be hosting it. Sometimes if one of us is out, at least we still got the other two guys. And then we're having in special guests. His name is Rodney with Travel Tech 360, and he's a friend of Al's, and they fly together. I think he lives in Richmond as well. So that seems to be the agenda for tomorrow night.
Oh, good. Yeah, and give me something else to watch. You know, I don't.
7. That's 7 Eastern, 6 Central, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we were going to go a little bit later, but I keep bringing this up, and a couple folks said don't worry about it, but I don't want to step on anybody's toes. Al and I talked about it, and I thought that was a good slot. And sometimes, and because of me, sometimes I got to go to bed early because I got to get up at 3:45 in the morning, so I can't stay up much past about 8 or 9 o'clock, or else I don't get but about 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
I understand that.
So 7 to 8 seemed to be about the perfect slot, and Al's retired. I think the guy that's coming on as a special guest on Monday night, Robbie, I think is his name. I think he's retired as well. I'm not 100% sure on that, but Fred and I still work. Fred's a younger man, I think.
Yeah.
So we look forward to that. We haven't found our place quite yet. We're going to try to start this a little bit of insight. We're trying to come up with a YouTube channel name. And try to just have a YouTube channel just for the stream, just for the whatever we come up with for a title for it. Al's already got another YouTube channel that he's not using, that he's thinking about using for that. So we want to get locked in on something real soon, so we don't have folks bouncing all over the place. And that's about it. We'll try to come up with some type of video intro sometime soon.
Yeah,
so
Michael and Sergio did one for us, so yeah.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked really good. I really liked the one they have for Fly Zone, but it's fancy. But I know those guys; they're video guys, and they know what they're doing.
Michael messaged me and said, "Hey, can we do one for you?" I said, "Well, yeah, absolutely."
Why did it take you so long to ask?
Yeah, no, they've been working on it a little while. We tweaked it a couple times, and and on a Fly for Fun show Wednesday we have Aldrin and Chris Waters. So we got that's our 25th show. So we got 2 really great guests.
Wow, so Aldrin, he's been popping in on a bunch of these shows lately.
Yeah, he I think what they're finding, and Brad, you'll know after you do a show a little bit, or you ever work the controls, you really enjoy being on the show after you host the show.
Right.
Like when I'm on Fly Zone on Friday night, it's so much fun just sitting there talking because I don't have to click anything. So,
I can imagine. Well, right, I've talked to.
Yeah, Aldrin, to get him to come on, and Captain Ray, messaged him and he answered, and so yeah, I'm we're honored. It's like it kind of falls out that it's our 25th show, so.
Wow, 25 shows.
And Aldrin, he was on Fly Zone the other night, and they're just so easy. Like Kelly Shores, I know when Kelly was going to be on, I was kind of, I don't say nervous, but I just didn't know you wanted to go smooth, and I would say Kelly was one of the easiest guests we ever had.
Oh yeah, yep.
He's so easy going. I mean, it was just so much fun, you know. So
yeah, if you'd have asked me, I've known Kelly now for probably, I don't know, 5 years, 4 years, but
Yeah.
I would have told you didn't have any worries with him. He'll make the show even more comfortable when he's on.
Yeah, and even Aldrin the other night on Fly Zone. I mean, he was, you know, he just said he enjoys being on. He had kind of taken a break, you know, and actually on the 7th, I think we have Billy Kyle and Geek Spana. So
Billy Kyle will be cool. There'll be a lot of, you'll probably get some extra viewers on that. Yeah. And with and the same night, Geek Spana, Sean?
Yeah, they're gonna be on together.
Okay. So I think you might get some extra hits that night because Billy Kyle's got a huge following, from what I understand, because he's been around since early days, and he's a young man.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Our show, and I'm sure y'all show would be. I mean, look, it's great to get a few, but you know, we wanted it for the everyday guy that flies. I mean, it's fly for fun, and if we have 20 people watching, or 40 people, or 50, we have the same amount of fun, you know, and that's what it's about, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I love y'all's theme, and I love the conversations y'all have with your guests. You got a nice flow. You got a nice agenda and a layout. How you do
even Aldrin. I mean, you know, he's one of the first guys I guess you stumble on if you get into drones. So yeah, I would really love to know, you know, his story. So and you know, even the other night on Fly Zone, I really didn't purposely ask too many questions because I know he's coming right on our show, so I didn't want to questions I want to ask. But yeah, he was a great guy, and you know, he had a little internet problems. He was a little aggravated, but
yeah, he did. I saw that one live. Yep. I try not to miss y'all's show. Some of the other shows I bounce around because there's a couple of overlapping shows, so I bounce from one to the other. Oh, we got Mr. Ron again this morning, walking the airport.
Oh,
hey, good morning.
Okay.
Is this too much wind, Johnny?
What's up, Ron?
Is this too much wind?
You got a little wind.
Morning, Ron.
I don't want to disrupt your stream.
Oh, no, that's good now. Seems good.
We
disrupted. That's okay. It's Father's Day. You can do anything you want.
Hey, guys.
Right.
I'm going to cut out. The boat ramp's filling up. People are needing a place to park, so I'm going to let my.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Good to see you, Chris. Happy Father's Day, brother.
Take
Brad,
care.
Brad, I will call you and text you or something this week, buddy.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about all that stuff for a spin up.
All right, man. Y'all have a good day. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Happy Father's Day, Chris. We'll see you.
Take care.
Yeah,
Ron.
Rosie, thanks for coming in, going back to the gym. And Rosie, I told you yesterday, Rodney Bell can still take you. You're going to have to spend the night in that gym.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty good, Rosie. You're doing a lot of good things for your body there, working out and doing really good.
Ron, are you working again this morning? Are you going to work? Are you at work?
I'm actually at work and just about done.
Yeah. How was your day yesterday, Ron? Did you have a lot of activity or what?
I thought after 30 years, I was going to be shocked a little bit more. I was shocked.
I don't know if we heard that last part. Say it one more time.
After 30 years, I said I didn't think I could be shocked. I was shocked yesterday.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It was the first time. Hold on, guys. I'm going to go inside.
All right.
Wow. I'm hoping. Don?
All right. Yeah, he'll sound a lot better when he gets done. So I heard.
What you got planned for today, Brad?
Well, I was just getting ready to ask you, but I heard you say some things early on when you came in. Today, just hanging around the house. My kids are kind of spread out, and I got 2 girls, but I think I mentioned this on here before. They're 37 and 38 this year.
37-year-old too.
Yeah, and they one of them lives here in Richmond, and the other one lives in Texas, out there somewhere north of Texas. I don't know where she's at. Their mother and I split up when they were 4 and 5, and I got them for a while, for years, up until their teens, and then they became really independent and didn't want to hang out with dad. And then after their mother and I split up, she remarried like a year and a half later, and they started kind of a additional family, more kids. And so they've got 2 or 3 other siblings. I'm not sure, but they lost track with me, and I tried to keep up with them, but they have not contacted me in years, and I've been trying to keep up with them, but they won't. Anyway, I don't want to go down the depressed road, especially today on Father's Day. But I wish I could hear from them.
Yeah.
So to answer your original question, wife and I might cook something on the grill later, but we're going to be around here most of the day.
Yeah, us too. I think we're gonna just hang out and swim. And actually, my son-in-law requested spaghetti and meatballs, so I haven't been eating any carbs, but I am gonna eat a little bit. So.
Well, you can get the low carb spaghetti.
Nah. I'm gonna go. I'm down as of yesterday. No, the day before I was down 39 pounds. So I got
good. Wow, when did you start? How long has it been?
January the 2nd, I started.
Wow, that's a lot. You've done well. Congratulations, damn.
Yeah. I was fat. I had the bald already, and I already had to add the additional fat to the little Italian. So,
See, Ron's back in. Can you hear us, Ron?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
I just ran into somebody I used to fly with.
Oh.
Yeah. And
nice.
wow, I used to fly in this airplane. It was in Elko, Nevada.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
DeMarco, you can hop on if you want to.
I've actually had some stick time in this aircraft. I don't recognize any of the crews though.
Yeah, they changed, huh, Rob?
From like 5 years ago, yeah. But wow.
That's awesome. Well, you said who was it? You had some visitors this past week or something that you hadn't seen in a while, right?
Yeah, some people I used to fly with in Philly, back in Pennsylvania.
And that looks like the place I took my Part 107 test out right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hangar.
Yeah, this is Dickinson Airport. I'm actually gonna sit down here for a minute.
That's your home base, Ron?
Yeah, Dickinson. Yeah.
Okay. Nice out there. I mean, is it what kind of airport is it? It's not international, is it?
Oh God, no.
Okay, small airport. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
Is it a lot of in and outs?
A lot of in and outs. A lot of people come here to hunt. Let's see.
That makes sense.
There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of pheasant hunters that come here.
Michael Blade, welcome in. Happy Father's Day.
And
Drone Views Media.
boy, I can tell the company's gone downhill. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of old school, and after 30 years of flying, but when I see a pilot that looks like he's about 16, nah.
Oh, yeah.
Ron,
Nice kid.
Ron, it's just that we're getting old.
I know, but he really looks like he's 16.
He might only be 21.
But I don't know. I'm used to flying, helicopters for years. All I did was fly with Vietnam vets. Those are the best, man. When you get into trouble, they're like, damn it, got another engine going again. No problem. Yeah, they're just so calm about it.
He's been there, done that a couple of times, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, man, it's funny. I was a firefighter for 7 years. Of course, I was right out of high school, and look, I had the long hair, and I was probably weighed 130 pounds, and now I pass by the fire department. I see the same kind of guys. It's like, ooh, Lord, they can't even can't even lift a ladder, But I guess my little bony ass did it, So.
True. Yeah, we've changed a lot. I was telling somebody that was my uncle yesterday. I had to do some more things with my mom. I moved her into another assisted living facility on Tuesday last week, and that was a pretty stressful day. But one to another, and I don't think she's coming out of this one. I mean, she's in a wheelchair, but anyway, that's not. I don't want to bring everybody down. But yesterday I had to go back again and take her some furniture with my uncle, her brother, and we got in some conversations. But we were talking about high school days, and he's 13 years older than me, so I remember him being a teenager when I was about 4 or 5 years old before he hit adulthood. But we hung out. We were good friends back then, even though he's my uncle. We just kind of hung out like friends for a while. But then we were talking about high school days, and I said, yeah, I'm about 235, 240 right now. I've lost a couple of pounds in the last month or two, but not much. I'm still heavy, about as heavy as I've ever been. I'm at 240-ish. But when I was in high school, I was at 13 years old. I was the same height as you've met me, John, and you've met me. I was the same height, 6'4" at 13, and I weighed a whole 135.
Yeah.
100 pounds lighter than what I am now. I was nothing
Hold on
but
to the flagpole, by the school.
oh my gosh, you could see my ribs. You could see, I had no muscle. It didn't take long. I think I ended up in my mid-20s, getting on up to about 180, 185. So once I hit adulthood, I started sprouting outward as opposed to upward.
Ron, you might appreciate this one. I was in a fire department, and I think Ron's frozen there. But Ron, can you hear?
No.
He
connectivity issues.
Yeah, I'll see if he comes back on. I'll tell him.
He'll probably drop and come back.
But yeah, Brad. So Ron, are you back?
Okay.
I was gonna tell you, Ron, when I was in the fire department, the rock band Leonard Skinner crashed.
We're getting a lot of.
I'm gonna mic or unmute myself until this plane takes off. Hold on.
Yeah, hold that story for a moment, Johnny. I want to hear it. Well, I'm sure Ron will want to hear it too.
Tell that plane to put them quiet props on.
So I thought I was going to have to go wait till he gets back, but I thought I was going to cut grass today. But lo and behold, I was gone all day yesterday helping with that moving of my mother's furniture. But I got home at about 5:30-ish or so, and I'm still thinking I got to cut grass today and clean up the yard and everything. The wife did all that yesterday while I was gone.
Oh wow!
So happy Father's Day to me for that, I guess.
You truly did get.
Yep, she probably took an hour and a half to cut all the grass. And
I tell you what, I cut it like maybe Tuesday, and I tell you what, yesterday, it could need cutting again with all the rain we've been. I mean, it's just like pops up overnight,
Yeah, y'all's rains. I know you've been getting a lot. Are you still getting a lot, or did it kind of slow down?
We had a little tropical depression, and we actually kind of we got about 1.5 inches. We got lucky with Slidell, Louisiana, which is about 35, 40 miles to the east of us. They were flooding. They got like 10 inches.
Oh, wow.
So it's, and they're kind of a low-lying area. I mean, you got a lot of, the lakes and rivers and all that kind of. They have a lot of camps. But man, it's different what 45 miles or so make, on that track. So I'm glad.
It looks like,
looks
like Ron's using, is he using his gimbal? He looked like he was panning there. Can't hear you, no audio.
Yeah, it was.
There you go. Yeah, it looked like you had a nice smooth move there.
Ron.
Go ahead.
I was gonna tell you a story. When I think the rock, I was with the fire department. We had the only Jaws of life back then in our department, which the rock band Leonard Skinner crashed it was about Macomb, Mississippi, and I think it was like 1977.
Wow.
28. So we had to, we sent the rescue unit up there, and so we'd go on down the interstate and finally, kind of get off there, and it's like in a big field, and of course they actually end up calling us off. But it was like we were thinking, me and the guy together probably didn't weigh 250 pounds, and like how we gonna haul the light up there? That thing is quite heavy.
Wow! Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, they actually did, get those guys out, but nobody had to call the light back then. But yeah.
So did you end up going up there, Johnny?
No, we did not get to the scene. I mean, we were, you had to hike a good ways to get there. I did it after, but they I mean, it was,
I didn't know if I heard you say that. I didn't know if you ended up getting up there at a later date.
nah, you can actually, it's pretty remote area, and they were able to. I mean, it doesn't take much to rip an airplane apart, you know.
Right.
Or though it was something different, I guess. But
Yeah.
they just didn't, you know, that was a long time ago. Nobody had any equipment. We had the only one, I guess, and probably, well, around here for sure, you know.
I remember hearing about that as a kid on my when I was still young man when I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I was at Chidlin too.
Well, Johnny, you got me by a couple of years, but what are you, 62, Johnny?
I am 64. I'll be 65.
64. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was still a teenager. You were a young man then. How old were you when the Leonard Skinner plane went down?
I was probably I graduated in 74. I think that happened in 77, maybe.
Yeah.
But I went
So
back then. I didn't know if I was going to go to college, and you know, of course, you always had to take a civil service test. So my brother, who was a barber here in town, he goes, "Hey, are you going to college?" I said, "I don't know. I had just graduated in May." So he said, "Hey, you know, Mr. Joe, and he's a friend of mine. His son was the best friend of my man of my wedding." And he said, "You know, they need some firefighters." So I went up there. He said, "Go see Mr. Joe." So I went up there on a Tuesday. He said, "Be here Thursday at 2:00." I haven't even taken a test. I hadn't even made 18 because I didn't make 18 till September. And I graduated in May. So I started with the fire department at 17 years old. And a funny story, we had the first class that ever graduated from the LSU Fire Academy. I was not military, didn't know anything about the military. So it's out there on Nicholson Drive by LSU. And you know, the guy behind me, he comes up behind, he goes, like I'm watching the train pass, and I'm kind of bebopping like this, and he goes, "Attention!" And all these ex guys, most of the guys that had military, they had just come back from Vietnam and stuff like that. And I'm like, I ain't know what the hell that meant. You know, and he go, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm watching the train." Being like the little class president, and of course they dropped me off the side of the state capitol, weighed 125 pounds on a ladder. You know,
Wow.
so but anyway, it was fun. It was a fun experience being a firefighter. Even though I've been, you know, I only stayed 7 years. I don't know, it's just a family around. I know, you know, family with paramedics and stuff, so you can't always consider yourself an ex-firefighter, even though 7 years.
I've seen that. We got a facility right near the airport here in Richmond, RIC Airport, and I live 6 miles from there. There's a facility over there for the firefighters. It's a testing facility. It's a building that it's been there since I was a kid. And it's just like a 3 or 4 story building, maybe brick.
Yeah, so
and
we
then
have
got
training
cars. Yep, they got the training facility there. And so I've been by there before when that building's completely engulfed in flames, and they got people with hoses going through that building.
Yeah.
You know, dragging those hoses through the building. And I've known a couple of folks who've gone through that testing and training, and they say it'll take everything you have to get through those training sessions, and a lot of folks don't make it.
Yeah. Ken, welcome in. Ken Hauptbauer. Happy Father's
Hey,
Day.
Ken, man, haven't seen Ken. He just had a birthday, by the way.
Michael Blades. Yeah, I think I said Michael Blades. Happy Father's Day to you and anybody else in the chat.
Yeah. Good morning. Happy Father's Day.
Hey, Johnny, you'll get a kick out of this. Let me flip the camera around again. This,
Oh wow.
this Johnny is a trainer.
Is that a smoke?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's supposed to be like an aircraft.
Right. Oh wow.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
You gotta crawl in and crawl out, huh?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I've never seen this here before.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Years ago, of course, now they wear air packs when they come off the truck, man. And years ago, I remember guys, and even myself, I would come back from a fire, and you would cough and blow black soot out your nose for 2 or 3 days.
Oh wow, wow.
You know, you just didn't put an air pack on it unless you fully went in back then. And now, you know, it's a standard procedure.
Yeah, they won't even let you in without doing that now.
No. You know, we used to do some, I guess, I don't say it was stupid, but it was just different times a long time ago.
Yeah, things have changed. Safety's high high and above everything else these days.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't quite catch it, Ron, what you were talking about yesterday. You said you had a quiet day yesterday for the first time in 30 years? Oh, no, it's the other way around. Okay.
No, it was one call, but just when you know, I don't want to sound the wrong way, but after 30 years, you thought you've seen just about everything. Then every once in a while, one of them sneaks in and like, whoa, I haven't seen that one before.
Yeah. If you've been doing it for 30 years and you say that, that's got to be a crazy one.
Yeah, my partner and I both, like, when we were dispatched for it, we're like, what?
Mm. Is it something you can't talk about, or is it just a?
I can. Hold on.
I'm not trying to pull it out of you if you don't want to talk about it.
Happy birthday to Ken, I guess.
Yeah, happy birthday to Ken. Yeah, I think he just had one during the week. I know my Facebook notifications are very helpful when it comes to that.
He's a baby. He's 50. Wow.
Oh, wow. No, wait a minute. 50 is the new 60, Ken. Yeah, he is. Hell, I've only got him by 7 years, so I can't say too much.
DeMarco's a baby too.
Yeah, it's a little gross. It's quick, but I don't know whether Johnny, you wanted something I don't like.
Oh yeah, hey, tell it. We all grown ups. Hey, I mean, if you can tell it, hey, I love to hear stories. Like I say,
there's a certain nationality that drinks a lot, and I've been drunk. I know.
We won't go there, but I know what you're talking about.
See,
blood alcohol between 400 and 500.
Wow.
Wow.
I've seen that before, but had foot surgery about 2-3 weeks ago. There was an infection. This particular bunch of folks kind of lazy, don't tend to have a tendency to take care of themselves, let things go, and foot had some infection. Drunk as a skunk, passed out, has a pit bull. Woke up and found about 3/4 of the foot gone.
Oh wow.
Oh
yeah.
No.
And there was the pit bull.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a strange one.
Yeah. Never felt it until she woke up.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, where'd my foot go? Looked over at the pit bull and he's just like, hello.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Never seen anything like that. Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. That's a different one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't kidding. 30 years. I can only imagine you only run into that once in a lifetime. Good grief.
You know,
I'm sure you got plenty of those one-offs like that to talk about through your years, but I'm sure you see a lot of repeat ones too.
Those stories, it's like, especially some of the older guys, like Ron. We had an old captain, and back then we had 4 stations. And what happened, I was on campus station. You actually, when the phone rang in the fire department, you picked it up, but you listened. And if it was in your district, your street, you would go. So we had one old, he was an old Italian captain, and Captain Joe he would, hey, you call and you say, hey, there's a house on fire. And he's like, well, how did it start? And he'd go on and go on. There's no 911 and all back then. And this guy, it was so funny. He started asking, the guy called in. He said, man, there's a house on 123 Main Street. And Joe said he always was, back then you have GPS. So he's like, hey, he was asking all kind of questions. And the guy said, well, just come down the street. It's the first house with flames coming out the windows. I was holding the phone to station 3, and I just started laughing. So, it's funny how things change with 911 and the phone calls, and now, you know, it's like, yeah, you literally had 4 stations and you pick the phone up, and if it was in your, you know,
Yeah.
and so
Hey, I'm gonna go get another cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Johnny, you jogged my memory. I had a guy when I was a volunteer when I first started back in the 80s, a guy by the name of Red Young, and he was a little slow, and he stuttered. And
welcome in, Stingray.
yeah, two quick stories with him, but he was with the fire department as well as the ambulance, but I used to fight fire, and we did entry on this house. It was on fire. Nobody was home, and we're in the house, and the phone rings. He grabs the phone, picks it up. He goes, I can't talk right now. House on fire. Oh, I'll never forget that one. I'm like, I can't believe you answered the phone.
Yeah.
We got flames shooting all over. But
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was, you know, back, it was, I guess it's so I would man, I would love to do a ride along now in the fire department. I guess it's just, you know, it was
Yeah.
so different back then, and you know, everything is what's funny, we had a station that was on campus, and it's still there, of course, and the railroad tracks are like literally you can almost touch the railroad tracks from that station, but of course you can't cross the tracks because, you know, you can't get one of the trucks on that side of the track. So we had a really bad fire like right behind it, and I'm like standing out there waving at the fire, you know, the other guy fighting the fire, but we couldn't help them because that truck can't, you know, cross the tracks. We can't be caught handed with you know, no you know, inside the track. So yeah, it was kind of funny when you get to these areas. Now we have stations, of course. We always had a station on the other side of the tracks, but I mean, this was an old station built in the like 40s, man, and the floor had concrete, and if you would get up in the middle of the night, the floor was sweating, and it was like, you know, they finally upgraded that finally. So
yeah. Another quick story with that same guy. He had a bad habit of driving fast, and I used to yell at him all the time. He didn't want to do much in patient care. He was an EMT, and I was only an EMT at the time. But he never wanted to do patient care. All he wanted to do was drive. You know, it's a volunteer service, and you know, you take what you can get. But this poor guy, this patient, was in a pretty bad auto accident, and was taken to local hospital and then flown out to trauma center, which was an hour and a half away, which is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's when I was living in the middle of the state. And this guy was in the trauma center and then shipped off to a rehab but anyhow, he was gone for like 2 months, a little 2.5 months. This guy is finally brought back to our area, and he finished up his final rehab, you know, in the next town over, which is like 15 miles away. And we used to do a lot of the routine transport. It's a bad snowy day again. We go over and pick this, he was discharged from the rehab. His family brought him home, and on the way home, they get into another accident.
oh wow.
Entrapment. We come to pick him up, get him in the ambulance, and on the way to the hospital, Red is driving, and he rolls the ambulance. This poor dude is ready to lose his mind. 3 accidents in like 2 months. Poor
Jeez.
guy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, people, you know, when I became an operator and got to drive the truck, you know, of course, with trucks, but man, you know, people pull out in front of a fire truck carrying, you know, 1,500 gallons of water. You know, you can't stop. You don't stop on a dime. So
No.
Right.
it can get pretty hairy. But so Ron, you're working today, Ron, right?
I'm actually off in about 1 hour.
Oh, okay. Y'all do 24-hour shifts, 1 on, 2 off? Or?
Today, yesterday was a 24, so I'm actually off for 24 today, and then I work 24 tomorrow. Tuesday day off, work Tuesday night, go home Wednesday morning.
Wow.
So
Kind
I've
of
been
broken up.
Yeah, I was training all day Thursday. I worked at 12 Friday, 24 Saturday, off today, and I got 2 more shifts after today, and I get to go home for like 3 or 4 days, and then I come back for 2 more, and then I'm out of here for 18.
So you just stay around there, don't you? How far? You're a little ways away from the house. How many hours?
I'm 3.5 hours from home.
Right. So you just hang out in that area when you work in your schedule.
Yeah, they have an apartment. The hospital provides an apartment for us, and we stay there.
Nice.
So it's not the fanciest place, trust me. And the hard part is there's just nothing to do here. I go to the rec center. I got to admit, for this little town in the middle of nowhere, boringest town I've ever resided in part time, but they've got the nicest, biggest recreation center. Top notch stuff, state of the art equipment. I mean, everything from weightlifting. They got 3 swimming pools, rock climbing,
Really?
indoor tennis, racquetball, a full gym, indoor running track, outdoor swimming pool. It's nice. Yeah. So that's what I do.
I would assume you got your drone and camera gear with you, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Hop off and doing a little adventure every once in a while somewhere nearby, I would assume.
So Brad,
Yeah.
I clicked you. I made you clickbait yesterday. Clicked on that. Naked
Naked. You know, I said it later on. I would watch all your videos anyway, but when you had naked on there, I was like, oh, I got to check this out.
You hadn't seen the naked video, Ron?
Oh, yeah. Johnny drone porn.
Yeah, you know what the funny part is, though, Johnny, for me, is I clicked it even thinking, oh, I wonder if he's talking about him being naked. I was scared.
Yeah, Chuck Kovac texted me, said, "Yeah, you got me. You got me."
I was scared. I was scared to click it at first, but I know you well enough. You wouldn't have put too much up on there.
Man, you know, I was gonna try to get a piece of that. You know, they put new turf. Ron hadn't seen the video, but anyway, I wanted to get a piece.
Oh, you spoiled it now. He was going to look for somebody naked.
Yeah. But man, that turf that they take out weighs about 6,000 pounds. That a piece that they roll up.
Yeah, because they cut out quite a big chunk of it. I mean, they're big, yeah, about that thick.
So,
because they got to get it below the root level, or else they'll have issues down the road.
well, they got to actually. That's what I'm on a board there at Southeastern, but we had to spend about $90,000 extra because they had to put a protocol for concussion. Even though since we've updated 9 years ago, so now you got to add a couple of inches of more sand, and there's some some foam rubber. I mean, so it's crazy, but it's all about, you know, if you knew what AstroTurf was years ago, AstroTurf was just basically pop up concrete.
Yeah.
And this stuff here is actually, you know, but it's a lot of money. Actually, the last one we got was used for the Superdome. Well, all NFL teams replace it every year. But they couldn't.
You said $90,000 more. I can only imagine. What was it, $1 million to do it, or more?
It's $670 for this one we're getting.
Oh, okay. Well, that's reasonable.
Well, you get 10 years. Well, 9 years. It's supposed to last 10. But the sun here, and you know, it looks good especially from the sky. You know, if you take a drone shot or walk on it. But I mean, if you get down there and walk on it, it looked really bad. Like he was going to cut me a piece, and really, I didn't even want it because it looked so bad, you know.
Well, now that I've seen that video, I was wondering, are there cables and stuff cutting across that stadium? Can you go down in there and fly around near the seats and around the base, or are there any? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty. That stadium's been there since in the early 40s. It's pretty old. It's kind of a
landmark.
They kind of started. They don't want drones on campus, but I mean, nobody. I don't know. I mean, I could take off from the street and go, but I don't. I brought my golf cart there, and nobody. I mean, one of the cops passed, and he didn't even know what I was doing, I guess. Man, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I didn't fly over probably 100 feet. I didn't even go up past the roof of the stadium. But it was. I just saw them guys pulling up the turf, so I wanted. And I might try to go back. I think they're gonna start laying it Thursday. So I might try to get some video of them doing that.
Hey, Johnny, were you on with Rodney yesterday? Remember? And I have a bad habit of this, but there's sometimes people will say things or do things, and it triggers my memory of something from my past.
Right.
When you mention naked, for some reason, this is a funny story.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute, Johnny. Get ready to hit that beep button just in case we don't.
Let me see if it works. Look.
Oh my God, this is hysterical. Back home in PA in Central, or actually no, this was in not Central, but kind of like the North Central in Philly area. I was north of Philly. But do you remember the show 8 is Enough?
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
The one actor on there, her name was Julie Richardson, I believe.
Name sounds familiar. I don't remember which one she was.
She was one of the characters on there. And at the time, we did not have a hangar, but our helicopter was sitting down on the helipad, which was, I want to say 30 to 40 yards down below the hospital. And we had this little, reason I'm saying this, it was, they call it an EPU. It's like it's almost like an external battery that when we were sitting there parked, you could plug the helicopter in to keep the electronics, and you could put power into the helicopter. We could put a heater in there. Well, anyhow, there was this little, we call it the doghouse, but it was a little tiny little house built over this external power unit. And we had a psych unit in the hospital. Well, this Julie escaped out of the psych unit. And she came down to our helipad, totally stripped down to her sneakers.
Oh.
And she took all of her clothes, folded them up like super neat, and then laid them on top of that little doghouse. And I remember the one security guard, he was so pissed at me. He was about 75 to 80 years old. We called him the general, nicest guy in the world. But anyhow, they called security. Well, here she was running around the helicopter doing aerobics and dancing and everything, and all she had on was her sneakers. And I come walking down there, and I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. What kind of call?
He goes, Ron, get over here and help me. I'm like, no, this is too funny.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he's chasing her, and he can't catch her. And he's got his jacket. You know, like I said, he's an 80-year-old guy. He's got a jacket. He's like, get over here. And he's trying to cover her up. She wouldn't stop. Anyhow, it's just a silly story.
What year was that, Ron? I didn't hear you say that.
I want to say it was in the late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I started 88, so I'm saying it was in the early 90s.
But she was probably in her late 20s by then, I would think.
Yeah, apparently she had a drug problem.
So just a quick question, and this came to mind: did she look good naked?
Oh yeah, it's fine.
I had to ask.
Hey,
I had to ask.
he didn't look. He said he didn't look.
Yeah, but that security guard was so pissed because I wouldn't help him, you know, and I just sat there and like.
He was being the gentleman, the one to cover up, but I bet he got a good eye full too.
Yeah, he was yelling. He was, get back here. He's trying to chase her. Ron, help me out. No.
Where was the GoPros back then that you could have used
Oh,
today?
Yeah, no way. Well, guys,
cell phone.
we haven't been on a while, and we don't. I know it's Father's Day, and I'm gonna go cook some breakfast. I want to wish everybody happy Father's Day.
Yep.
Appreciate y'all coming in and tune in to Brad and Al show tomorrow and Wednesday. Fly for Fun show, and of course all the shows. Ron, have a great day and be safe. Brad,
Yep.
thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me as usual.
Ron, I'm gonna get with you. I know you had to look at your date on the. We have this week, this Wednesday, we have Aldrin and Chris on, but next week I got Metro Bill Brooks. That'd be the 23rd. I don't know if you're available that night, but you can check that night and see if you.
23rd.
Or if you would be,
That's
I'm
right.
not sure if you're going on your vacation.
So that's not this
Not
coming Wednesday.
to be the next Wednesday.
I will be here.
Okay.
Because I come back and work Tuesday night Tuesday day and then Wednesday 24. It's, you know what? I better not, John, just because I don't want to disrupt things for you.
Yeah, that's fair, but I'll get with you again.
Yeah, I do want to come back on. But that Wednesday is my 20. That's my last day.
Okay.
But
Well, maybe on the middle of your trip you can take a little break and give us an update or something.
Oh yeah, I'd like to. That's
While
what
you're
I've
on
been
the road,
telling some people that if I can, depending on how my cell service is, if you guys are doing any live streams, to join you for a minute or two and.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm actually pretty excited about where I'm going. I'm going to an area I've never been to before, way up in the Pacific Northwest. So it should be pretty cool.
Yeah, Rodney.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Rodney, Ron, we did that road, I guess, coming out of Seattle, and what is that? Right along the lake, or is that a reservoir or something? I mean, it's very pretty up there.
So you've done that up there, Johnny?
Yeah, when we come out of Seattle and we were going toward Yellowstone.
Okay.
And the river or something right there is right on your left side as you're coming west. I mean, east. Man, it is beautiful.
How far of a ride is that from Seattle?
I'm
just thinking about if I ever flew in over into Seattle, rent a motorcycle to get to Yellowstone.
Oh, from Seattle?
Oh,
Probably not. That's too far out, right?
We were coming home. I mean, we just made a big loop, of course,
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm just guessing, but I know my trip's probably going to be a couple thousand miles round trip, but I'm also, gone for like a week, about 10 days.
That'd be fun. That's a great, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be
All
nice.
right, guys. Well, I'll talk to y'all during the week.
Thank
And
you,
thanks
guys.
for coming on. Thanks.
Good
Happy
seeing you, Ron. Have a good day. Happy Father's Day to everybody.
Yep. Thank you, Johnny.
All right.
See you guys.
All right. Bye-bye.